Hey folks, welcome back to Candace Boxing Channel. I hope everyone liked my special international guest earlier, James, an alumnus of Porky's Corner. Really good to have him on board. I very much like having guests, and I think it adds to the channel. It certainly adds to my enjoyment, being able to converse one-on-one with somebody. Anyhow, in something that is becoming somewhat reminiscent, perhaps, of an episode of Fake Taxi on Pornhub, we're seeing even more pullouts of fighters from Frank Warren's DAZN debut on April the 5th. Most recently, the Ring magazine is reporting that Lawrence Okolie is injured and the fight with Riakpore is off. Itoma in line for a spot on April the 5th card. Let's dig down into this report a little bit. As we know, Lawrence Okolie, who is 21-1 with 16 by way of, was due to fight Riakpore, who is 17-1 with 13 by way of. There appears to be some genuine beef, if you like, or dislike between these two fighters. So it was something that was, people were looking forward to watching, I'm sure. And of course, this is the second pullout, because we had a pullout in the Joe Joyce fight. We had Dillian Whyte. I couldn't think of his name for a second. Good Lord. This is what happens when you get old. Don't get old, though the alternative totally sucks. Anyways, Dillian Whyte pulled out with a hand injury. And while we're all talking as though Filip Hrgovic is going to replace Dillian Whyte, which would, in my view, be a better fight, I'm not sure if that's an absolutely done deal yet. Anyhow, to the matter at hand. Okolie has pulled out through injury. Not yet defined. Wow, that's what I mean. Lots of pullouts. Whyte, Okolie, and then Dubois, of course, back in was that 3 weeks ago, whatever. Apparently, according to the Ring magazine, so this is Turkey's new venture, so it's I think pretty accurate. There was talk that the whole card was going to be pulled, but apparently that's not going to be the case. The show will go on, according to the Ring magazine, with likes of Mark Chamberlain and professional debutante Delicious Ori still set to feature on the card. Not to mention the English heavyweight title fight between David Adelaide and Jamie TKV. So there's still life in the card, but the pulling out by Okolie from that sort of real beef kind of fight with Riakpore definitely hurts the card. And if we don't get Filip Hrgovic in to replace Dillian Whyte, well then it's going to be a significantly weaker card. Part of me has a feeling, that Turkey, because of course the Ring magazine, it's not exactly his mouthpiece, but he owns it. And part of me can't help but think that Turkey's sort of going, I don't know. I seem to think that this love affair with Frank Warren, Turkey and Hearn is, the bloom has gone off the rose, as it were. But anyhow, that's just my view. Apparently, there is talk of getting Moses Itoma in on this card. Now, does that mean that Moses Itoma is going to fight Riakpore? It isn't clear. The Ring magazine doesn't say anything about that. But I think it is about time that we took the leash off Moses Itoma. I mean, he's still a young fellow, of course, but if he wishes to beat Mike Tyson's record, well, he better hurry up, because, we're burning daylight, as they say. So, unfortunate, bad luck, or whatever you want to call it, for Frank Warren. My cup of sympathy it appears to be somewhat somewhat depleted. I don't really have much time for Frank Warren, based on his behaviour towards people who've asked him the mildest of questions later, in his yelling and calling people who are asking questions people who live in their mother's basements, wearing string vests and eating pot noodles. Well, I mean, you're unlikely to endear yourself to somebody who's a fan who is now commenting upon these things by use of such language. So, what do you think? Do you think this card has been damaged by the pullout of Lawrence Okolie and, of course, Dillian Whyte? Or do you think that if we can get Filip Hrgovic in and maybe a suitable replacement for Riakpore, everything is still good? If you had planned to take in time off to watch this fight, are you pleased that you've done so? Are you still content? Are you still very supportive of this card? Let me know in the comments section below. And let us hope that there are no more pullouts, and hope that the card solidifies nicely so that we as fans can at least watch a good day of boxing, regardless of who the promoter is, because really and truly it is all about the fighters, or it should be about the fighters. It shouldn't really matter who the promoters are. Alrighty, thanks so much. Please like, please share, and please subscribe if you can. That would be very, very nice. Thank you so much. See you on the next video.